It's a fresh start, a new chapter in life waiting to be written, new questions to be asked, embraced and loved, answers to be discovered and then lived in this transformative year of delight and self-discovery. Today, you must carve out a quiet interlude for yourself in which to dream. Pen in hand, as only dreams give birth to change. A beautiful and thought-provoking quote from author Sarah Ban-Berth-Nash, and our way of saying Happy New Year Jamaica and all the best for 2015. I'm Arroyo and this is Jamaica Magazine. Coming up on the show, encouraging words from our nation's leaders as they chart the course for the new year. Plus, enabling young tech entrepreneurs to live their dreams through Startup Jamaica. Stay with us. Our package begins right now.
When a motorcyclist or pedal cyclist is involved in a crash, he or she is likely to face serious head injuries. With a helmet on, those could be less severe. Always wear a securely fastened helmet and ensure pillion passengers wear them too. Never reuse a helmet once it has taken a hit. Avoid drinking alcohol and other distractions. Do not bob and weave through traffic or ride facing the oncoming traffic. And remember to follow all established rules of the road. Avoid the legal and physical penalties. On the road, safety comes first. Obey the rules and save lives.
Charting a course for a prosperous and peaceful 2015, our nation's leaders are fixed on that singular purpose. Our Governor General, Prime Minister and Opposition Leader all delivered New Year's messages filled with hope and optimism for Jamaica. Hear more next.
My fellow Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica, some of you are in the habit of making New Year resolutions, while others have abandoned the thought of doing so. Today, I encourage each of us to make two resolutions. One, to develop an attitude of gratitude, and two, to reach out to others with truthfulness, respect, and human kindness. As we look back on the year that has passed, we can perhaps remember situations which could have turned out better if we had shown or experienced those virtues. Let us begin writing the first chapter of our life in 2015 using a different language of hope, faith, forgiveness, and love, and be the change we want to see in Jamaica. In this new year, we can find new strength and new thinking when we accept our responsibility to break the old habits and actions which pull us down. This kind of change takes courage, as it can be unsettling, but we, our families, and our country will be the better for it. Today, at the dawn of the new year, we can be grateful that life gives us yet another opportunity to try to make things right. Our path to success will demand self-sacrifice, willpower, focused, effective work, and partnership. So we press on, knowing that our individual character and national image will be strengthened and burnished as we pool our energies and intellect to achieve the great destiny of our homeland. I wish that 2015 will be a year of breakthroughs and individual achievements for the thousands of Jamaicans who dare to dream. A year of productivity and prosperity, of peace and reconciliation all across our nation. A year of caring and helpfulness in our communities, where our children and the vulnerable feel loved and protected. A year of safety for all on our highways and byways, and a year of good health and of protection from deadly diseases and natural disasters.
My fellow Jamaicans at home and around the world, I greet you on this, the first day of a brand new year, 2015. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, the Jamaican people, for the sacrifices you made during these difficult times. we have laid the foundation and we are turning the corner towards a sustained path of economic growth and development. I wish to express a special word of gratitude to our public servants who continue to make significant sacrifices in the interest of the Jamaican people and the country. I also thank our farmers, manufacturers, the private sector, and workers in every sector whose collective efforts ensured that the country registered growth, especially in the areas of agriculture and tourism. Today, I am grateful for the many achievements of our country, real accomplishments which serve as foundations for our work towards a better future for all. On the economic front, we recorded significant achievements during the past year and met our targets under Jamaica's economic reform program supported by the International Monetary Fund. The country successfully passed its 6th consecutive performance assessment by the IMF board. The economy grew by 1.8% between the middle of 2013 and the middle of 2014. The confidence indicators showed that business confidence was higher in 2014 than in 2013. Inflation remained stable and low. Our job creation efforts, while still not enough, assisted in reducing unemployment overall, as well as among youth and women. We welcomed new investments and built new infrastructure, including opening the Linstead to Monique leg of the North-South Highway. Jamaica's greatly improved ranking from 94 to 58 in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business report is proof that as a country, we are making steady progress. Added to that, the reputable global Forbes magazine last month named Jamaica as the best Caribbean country in which to do business. As we look ahead with great hope and confidence, I am thankful for the coming together of various groups for the betterment of our country through the Partnership for Jamaica. Although the partnership faced challenges in 2014, we found new collective commitment through dialogue, respect, and understanding. That is the Jamaica we must always strive to be. We may not always agree, but the partnership has shown that the government, civil society, trade unions, and the private sector remain committed to working together in 2015 to advance the interests of the people of Jamaica. In this new year, I give the commitment that our government will continue to be faithful to the prudent and transparent management of the affairs of Jamaica. We will continue our economic reform program with a focus on creating a more robust environment for business expansion, job creation, and high levels of economic growth. With the recovery in agriculture and lower fuel prices, growth is projected at around 2.1% for the financial year 2015-2016. This year, we will continue to give focused attention to the country's vital physical and economic infrastructure, including road repairs, advancing construction of the North-South Highway, and efforts to privatize and expand the Kingston Container Terminal Port and the Norman Manley International Airport. The startup and conversion of more efficient, less expensive energy production plants to boost growth potential and jobs will be high on the national agenda. The government will also continue to support private capital investments in order to expand hotel and other construction activities. My fellow Jamaicans, I urge all of us to let this year be a positive year for Jamaica. This cannot just be an individualistic pursuit. Let us invest in and bring to life our potential and the potential of others. This is my challenge to each and every one of us on this, the first day of a brand new year. I believe the new year is an opportune time to recommit to the vision for Jamaica, a vision in which our never-ending hope in a brighter future is based on a realistic and a shared understanding of the present and our role in building that better future.
We welcome the new year with all the hopes and possibilities it holds, and we give thanks that we have been spared to see 2015. As we, the people of Jamaica, make our personal resolutions to live healthier lifestyles, to be more prudent with our resources, and to improve ourselves and grow our businesses, so too must the government of the country make resolutions and decisive actions on critical areas of national development. The state of health service delivery in our hospitals and clinics is a grave cause for concern. Regardless of our economic challenges, the health of Jamaicans must be a priority. The government must place resources in the health sector to support necessary services. We believe it is now time to establish a national health insurance scheme where all Jamaicans can make an affordable contribution to a pool of funds dedicated to the health services. We are happy to see the continued improvements in examination results. This is no doubt the result of significant policy work done several years ago to transform the education system. One of the most important policies that enhanced universal access to education was the free tuition policy. We therefore strongly encourage the government to reinstate the tuition-free policy and to increase the allocation per student to schools in the 2015-2016 budget. This year, the government must take serious action towards attracting serious investments in the electricity generation sector. In the interim, Jamaican consumers must benefit from the significant drop in oil prices. The Jamaican people have kept faith and borne the heavy burden of the government's austerity measures. This year, the government must focus on small businesses and local entrepreneurs and the things they need to be able to increase production and investment. Significant changes are on the horizon for the Caribbean region. We welcome signs of the normalization of relations between the US and Cuba. A part of our growth strategy must be how we position ourselves to participate in these markets. This year, let us think carefully about the type of Jamaica we want to see. I believe we can all agree that we want to see a healthy, educated, energy efficient, economically growing Jamaica, where people have a sense that they can get justice and their rights will be protected. In 2015, let us resolve to act to hold our government to account for the Jamaica we want to see. Let me wish for you a healthy, happy, and prosperous New Year.
Happy New Year, and may God grant us all His bountiful grace and bless abundantly Jamaica, land we love.
Happy New Year, Jamaica, and may God bless you.
There is no vaccine for the chikungunya virus. If you've been infected, take paracetamol such as Panadol, Cetamol, and Tylenol to reduce pain and fever. Sleep under mosquito netting and get plenty of rest. Take showers or sponge baths in room temperature water to lower fever, especially in children, and drink lots of fluids to prevent dehydration. If your symptoms worsen, go and see a doctor. Do not take aspirin as this could cause bleeding, and never use rubbing alcohol. To learn more, call 1-888-1-LOVE. That's 1-888-663-5683.
Entrepreneurs in the field of web design and programming will have a great opportunity this year at marketing their ideas. Through the vision and partnership of Government Startup Jamaica, talented app developers and animators stand to benefit, and the possibilities are endless.
The Ministry of Science, Technology, Energy and Mining continues to work on creating an environment that facilitates the growth of tech entrepreneurs. Through local and international partnerships, it has managed to engage young persons on various platforms such as Kingston, the Digital Jam series and animation workshops. And from the successes came the birth of a facility exclusively designed to turn their ideas into business reality.
Startup Jamaica is part of our project to ensure that we can take many talented young Jamaicans and expose them to mentorship, support, financing, so that they can move to the next level.
Applications were opened in July 2014 for the techies to apply for a space in the 5-day boot camp. From 217 entries, 60 were selected and the first batch participated from September 8 through to 12. Representatives from Oasis 500 out of Jordan took them through the intense training sessions. Here, their products or apps and business models were tested and refined to see if they have the marketability to fit in and survive in the global marketplace. From this batch, 10 teams or companies with the most viable business solution apps will be selected to go on to the 100-day accelerator program.
Now, the 10 companies that are selected to be in the accelerator will be provided with equity investment. Oasis is going to invest the equivalent of $30,000 US. And they will, in exchange for that, they will take a stake in the companies. Part of it represents cash, and the other represents the support, the guidance, the mentorship that they provide in the accelerator.
Startup Jamaica will facilitate both the boot camp and the accelerator programs with rotation on a 6-month basis, turning out talented technology-savvy Jamaicans to take their place in the global marketplace.
It's a huge capital of talented, capable, creative young people who can be a force of transformation for the economy. And the digital world, the online virtual economy, the digital media could really be some of the means by which that talent and that raw talent can provide economic growth opportunities, foreign exchange opportunities, and jobs for Jamaica.
The state-of-the-art office for Startup Jamaica is located on the 6th and 7th floor of Jamaica National's Duke Street branch in Kingston and is outfitted with furniture and telecommunication services by line. This partnership supports government's strategic priority of human capital development, building on skills that will lead to business opportunities and job creation.
Really an investment in the development of Jamaica.
We've outfitted this 7th floor of the Jamaica National Building to provide entrepreneurs and technology entrepreneurs in particular with the space that they need to innovate and ideate and come up with new service-based and technology-based solutions for all sorts of problems that hopefully we're going to be able to export throughout the world.
The National Commercial Bank also put up $5 million towards the institutional strengthening of the 10 selected business ideas from the Accelerator program.
We've seen many of our SMEs come in with great ideas, but not having the institutional framework to sustain that. And so we are investing in programs like Startup Jamaica that help them to not only, share those ideas, but take them to the next level.
Startup Jamaica will be further supported through a $20 million contract with the World Bank, which includes funding for the training of 15,000 young persons in digital and animation at institutions such as the Hartrust NTA, the University of the West Indies, and the University Technology of Jamaica.
We have seen where there's been a global demand for outsourcing of animation content, and the only issue preventing further growth of Jamaican companies is the availability of skilled personnel. So we're going to be ramping up our training in animation.
The $30 million will also fund a science, technology and innovation program to be implemented by the Scientific Research Council. One vision for Startup Jamaica is for it to be a tech entrepreneur incubator for the region, and so it will also accommodate persons from other Caribbean countries.
In today's technology-driven world, cyber attacks are real threats to national security and major conglomerates. But even if you are not running a multinational organization, your data is still attractive to thieves. As we hear in this next feature, adequate security in the 21st century goes beyond cameras and armed guards. It involves technology and the right software.
Your website has been hacked, your information stolen. You immediately think it's a weakness in your network. But according to research from the U.S. National Institute of Standards, 92% of all security breaches occur because of application or software vulnerabilities and not network vulnerability. In simple terms, here's what that means. This is your data. This is the application or software used to protect it. This is your network that is used to coordinate and carry out activities, and this is your business. Now, experts say your data becomes exposed when unauthorized persons or hackers get past your network and reach your software system.
Take, for example, a bank. And if this bank, who we entrust with our confidential information coming through the front door of the bank, certainly need to protect that. Getting past the teller, certainly need to protect that. But imagine now you get the information about you and I. This is the area we are concentrating on.
And rightly so, because this level of breach and exposure of not only customers' private information, but information on the operation of your business can potentially cost you revenue, lead to a bad reputation, and loss of confidence. Having a well-secured software system then is a must. The best way to get the process started and achieve tangible results is to construct a security gate. This is an added reinforcement around your software, making it harder for intruders to get in.
There are some key building blocks that you need to have in your program suite to ensure that person does not get access to your programs and be able to easily manipulate them. And those are really stringent programming steps.
This gate will give you a true test of the strength of your security measures. It will also highlight security threats before they happen. Program developers play a critical role in the setup of software systems, and experts tell us that their job is not to focus solely on the usability, so proper training is important.
A big part of our educational process here is to kind of shatter those assumptions and get an orientation towards thinking about how an attacker thinks. They have a completely different view of these applications. Their view is completely different. They're looking not for functionality, but for vulnerabilities.
At a recent government-endorsed secure software development lifecycle training seminar, young professionals were brought up to speed with global and national threats and how to incorporate advanced technology in their applications.
It's important at all times as ICT professionals that you always upgrade the skills that you have and you ensure that you are at the cutting edge in terms of not just local developments but global developments. And certainly in an industry which changes as rapidly as this one does, it is even more important to be at the forefront of the industry.
Seminar participants were also given a refresher on the dangers of complacency, the risks for businesses and individuals who relax and think their network is safe.
Let me give you a really good example. The most common password used today is password. The second most common password is 123456. And so as a developer, if you assume that somebody's password is secure, and yet you've got a significant portion of your users using the same password, i.e. password, then that provides an open door for an attacker to use those accounts to attack your system.
The internet has revolutionized how we operate in the world, right? And what it has done is that bad and good. It has created all this window of opportunities and a window to your business. But what it allows easily now is someone to come to your website and to gain access from that website to your core business software that run in the business.
And so, organizations, especially state entities, are encouraged to build an awareness among staff and their key stakeholders to build and coordinate security measures with their ICT partners.
We need for persons, I said it before, that at the CEO level to understand that there are real dangers in how persons can get access to your data, especially in the public sector. I mean, if you think of it, the Registrar General Department, the Passport Office, all of these agents are critical. If persons breach them, the ports, then you can have serious problems nationally. And we need to have a heightened awareness of all the possibilities of danger that is out there.
With this in mind, government has taken steps to amend the Cybercrimes Act to include harsher punishment and make provisions for offenses that are similar to cybercrimes.
In addition to that, we have established a cybercrimes task force, which is comprised of both government and private sector players. We are working with the International Telecoms Union to establish a cyber emergency response team.
With government playing its part, it's now up to you to ensure that you constantly evaluate your software security and create a plan for long-term protection. Don't be caught napping. Get software security conscious. Protect your business.
That's how we bring the curtains down on our show for today, but the information continues to flow on our website, jis.gov.jm. Join us again tomorrow, and remember to keep sending your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via tweet at JISnews. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Arroya Eubanks, reminding you to walk, ride, and drive safely on the roads. Happy New Year, Jamaica.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.